I have been thinking a lot about dance, why it's so important to me, and why I love it. I'm getting ready to go to my Chinese class and I have a little bit of time to get ready, so I thought I would film some thoughts. Dance is so neat because it can connect us to our ancestry and to traditions and stories that have existed long before us. I am half Chinese, and that part of my identity has always been deeply important to me. And by learning Chinese dance, I feel like I have been more deeply connected to my Chinese roots and my Chinese heritage. Okay, I'm gonna start getting ready while I talk about this. Give me a sec. Contacts. I'm gonna do my contacts first. I'm blind without my glasses or contacts. It's terrible. I envy all of you guys who have perfect eyesight. My husband is one of them. If some kind of natural disaster were to happen, I would be so screwed purely because I can't see. Like, what would I do without my contacts or glasses? I can actually see. Oh, just a little backstory. My mom is Chinese and my dad is Caucasian, so I'm half. And my mom, she actually grew up in Taiwan. So my grandparents, my grandma and grandpa, their families were wealthy landowners in China. When the communists took over China, my grandparents' families fled to Taiwan. It's really sad, like we don't really know what happened to those who stayed behind. Even just the general history of my grandparents and their life in China, we just don't know that much. My grandfather passed when my mom was like 12, and then my grandma passed when I was 12, so they're no longer here with us. There's just so much story that we just don't know, and I have always felt a little bit of a gap. So going back to my grandparents, they eventually met in Taiwan and got married. And then my mom grew up in Taiwan, obviously. When she was 18, my grandma got breast cancer. So then they came to the US for like health and medical care. And yeah, they immigrated here. So my mom's family actually moved to the East Coast pretty soon after, I think just a couple of years, I could be wrong, but my mom, she came to Utah for BYU and she kind of moved away from her family. To her mother's dismay, she ended up marrying her first husband was Caucasian, and then my dad is also Caucasian. My mom has always had a bit of a rebellious spirit. She very much is not one to just like conform. So yeah, I don't know if it's just her rebellious spirit or the fact that she became a US citizen at such a young age, but I would definitely say that my mom considers herself more American than Chinese. Not to say that my mom isn't Chinese, like obviously she's Chinese and we have always celebrated that side of ourselves. We always do Chinese New Year, and like around New Year's we always gather together for like hot pot, and my mom cooks so many yummy Chinese dishes. Like food is one of my mom's love languages, and yeah, she cooks so much yummy Chinese food. I think I've always wanted to feel more connected to the Chinese part of myself. There's just so much of my ancestry that I simply don't know about, and we just have like nothing in the forms of like pictures or documents, or you know, I mean, we have pictures of my mom from when she was little, and with that, like those pictures of my grandparents, but I don't even know what my grandma looked like when she was little, or my grandpa. Like, I have no idea. Learning Chinese dance has been a way that I have felt more connected. I'll also say I am also interested in my other roots, the Caucasian side of myself too. Like, I would love to go to England and Scotland and Sweden, like all those places. But I think maybe it's like the unknown that kind of draws me. All the genealogy has been done on my dad's side, so we just know a lot more. So anyways, when I was like 6, my sister and I were a part of an international choir, like children's choir. My sister would do a Chinese ribbon dance and I would do like a fan dance, and that was the first interaction I had with Chinese dance. Growing up, I was trained in ballet, and eventually I went to BYU, and while I was there, I thought I was kind of done with dance, but my sister and my mom really encouraged me to try out for the folk dance ensemble. And I remember being like, that sounds weird, and I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I just felt like I was done because, you know, don't get me wrong, I love ballet. Like, it is so beautiful, and oh man, like ballerinas are just made from different stuff. Like, it is so much work and the discipline you have to have, and yeah, it's just such a beautiful art form. It was not for me, and I knew I wasn't good enough to, you know, do anything with it in college. So I think I just thought I was done. But I guess my sister and my mom somehow convinced me to go audition for folk dance, and I'm glad that they did. And I think something just kind of pulled me there. I slowly went up the ladder of like different teams and eventually made it to the International Folk Dance Ensemble, the touring International Folk Dance Ensemble, and it was the best. Like, I loved my time there so much. Yeah, so to explain a little bit more about the folk dance ensemble, we learned dances from all around the world, like you name it. Like, we did Ukrainian and Indian, and we learned to dance from the Philippines. We learned dances from Turkey, and like Israeli dances, and Chinese, and like Haitians. Choreographers and dancers, they would come travel to our campus, and they would set their choreographies, teach us the dances. For example, we had a Serbian choreographer come and set a piece for us, and I remember he was so intense and scary. We were all dying. Like, that Serbian dance was exhausting. It's like basically doing high knees for 7 minutes, and he was very intense, and he was amazing. Like, he taught us so much. I remember that we were sometimes criticized for doing dances from cultures that were not our own, but I think that what we were doing as a team, it was something that was done with mutual understanding and respect. You know, meeting choreographers from around the world, they shared the cultural context behind the dances and the stories that were a part of them. We were learning from a place of curiosity, and we had such profound respect for these dancers and choreographers and cultures. I also think that learning dances from all across the world, it gave us such a respect for like the vastness of human expression. We toured around the world, we would go perform internationally. Yeah, we went to international festivals where we would meet other teams, and we would have like cultural exchange nights where we would dance with each other and teach one another dances. It was incredible. I remember there was an international festival at a place called 𝘾𝙃𝘼𝙋𝙃𝙀𝙃 in Belgium, and we interacted with so many different teams, but one memory that really stuck with me was we interacted a lot with the Serbian team. I remember they invited us over for like an evening of Serbian dance, and I just remember like holding hands with them, and they're singing their songs, and they're like teaching us these steps, and you know, we like hardly speak the same language, but we were connecting with them. It was a shared experience. We were embodying a shared experience. That is something I will never forget. We formed friendships and connections that cross borders. My time learning dances from different areas of the world has been a time of deepening my understanding and awe of the human existence and what it is to be human, and the different ways that we interact with the world, and also the beliefs that different societies have. Yeah, my time on the International Folk Dance Ensemble was so special. Like, so special. I will forever be grateful. I feel like it opened my eyes and showed me that dance is so much more than just being about technique. It's also about connection and understanding, and not just connecting with the people you're dancing with, but also with generations past. Cultural dance, it truly does hold, it holds stories and like events and celebrations and sorrows and like everything. It's how we as humans have expressed ourselves for so long. Okay, can you tell that my thoughts are like super scrambled? I kind of have to hurry because I kind of have to go. I have more thoughts. I'm just gonna have to finish this later. Yep, okay. That's all I can do. I gotta stop. I gotta go. I just got back from my Chinese dance class. Today was so good. We're learning this new dance with a tambourine, and it's so pretty, and also I can tell it's gonna be really hard, but I'm really excited about it. I have a moment and I thought I would just finish my thoughts from earlier. I don't fully remember where it was at in my thoughts. I really am just so grateful for the time I had doing folk dance at BYU. I think it just introduced me to this whole world outside of just ballet or just contemporary that I love so much, and I'm so glad it's a part of my life. While I was taking my Chinese class today, I was thinking about like what Chinese dance means to me. While I was in the folk dance ensemble, we did a Chinese dance. Learning that piece was like a breath of fresh air. Maybe I was making it all up in my mind just because I was so excited to be doing a Chinese piece, but I felt like my body more innately understood the movements. So while I was on the team, we actually ended up touring to China. I had previously lived in China for about 5 months during my sophomore year of college, I think, to go teach English over there. I really loved my time living in China, but while I was there, I didn't do anything with dance. And so then going back with my team and being able to interact with dance while being there was so incredible. We visited a couple universities and had workshops with the students, and then we also observed some classes, and I cannot express how much I loved watching those classes and dancing with the students. I remember one workshop in particular. We did this whole workshop with the students where we taught them a dance. I think we taught them like some tap, and then they taught us a dance, and I remember they got out the silk sleeve tops, and so we got to wear the silk sleeve tops, and then we were just dancing alongside them as they were teaching us. It was very challenging, and I'm sure we did not look so great, but seriously, to just be there side by side with the students, it was this reminder to me that the heart of dance really is all about connection. So I've been taking Chinese dance lessons for about 6 months now. I have loved every single second of it. I think it's been so meaningful because to me it's so much more than just about learning how to move my body. There is all this context behind the movements that reflect a way of living and of thinking and of experiencing the world. Because I know so little of my Chinese ancestors, in short, I'm not learning about specific ancestors, and I hope that there comes a time in life when I'm able to do that. But I feel like I'm learning something about the world that they lived in, and through dance I feel more connected to that part of myself. Dance has been such a meaningful way for me to connect to my Chinese roots, and in a world where we are struggling to find deeper meaning and connection, I think that dance is a great remedy. A part of what I am chasing as I dance in my 30s, it is the movement, and it's the joy that I feel from dancing and expressing myself in that way, but there's another layer to it. I have such a longing to connect to my roots. Here's the thing. Dance has been so integral to the human experience for generations and generations. I think everyone should dance. Oh, and I really think that we need to let go of this idea that you have to be like a trained professional to dance. It's like watching kids dance, right? They just like move and they don't care. They don't care about what they look like or how they're being perceived. And I think that at the heart of it, that's what dance is and what it should be. It's just this very innate form of expression, and we should be able to express ourselves in that way without feeling shy about it. Wow, I have a lot of thoughts, don't I? Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Okay, bye.